What's up, guys? So I'm here. This is the video we've been building up for a while. I haven't really talked about it because I'm pretty excited about it, and I just want to keep it a secret. But I got three guys here with me, and in order, got Lewis. So everybody knows him if you see my channel. And I got my friend Josh.
Hello.
And then he's walking around.
The man of the hour.
The man of the hour. Play for Life Comics owner, Brandon. We were just at his Comic-Con this weekend, and I'm covering Lewis. Anyways, so we're gonna have a superhero draft. Now, bear with us because we're kind of making up the rules as we go. I kind of just came up with this because a lot of my friends love football and honestly couldn't care. I was like, man, if there were like a draft for nerds, so I was like, superhero draft, because me and Lewis have always been, doing stuff like this as long as we've known each other, and we've done countless Justice League teams and stuff. So, we've done this before. We haven't done it like this, so this is much bigger, and I'm going to show you. But here's the rules, and they may change as we go. So we've got a whole lot, about 59, because we're missing one, I think.
I think he hooked us up.
Maybe we did.
I think we found them all.
So we've got 59, 60 heroes that me and Lewis felt were worthy of the Justice League.
And some that he doesn't care about that I love, so he let me have them.
So we've got all those, and we're going to draft them between the four of us. And then, so we're going to go around, and each person will pick one character. And we'll go around 7 times, and until everybody has a team of 7 heroes. Before we go, we're going to roll the die. Each person will have a 20-sided die. Whoever gets the highest goes first, and then we'll just go clockwise. Alright, so not sure how long this video is going to be. Hopefully it'll be a little while. It's taken a lot longer to set up than I thought it would. We've also, so we're going to have our team of 7, and then we have 25 villains. We picked some of the bigger villains for several of the characters. And for the DC Universe as a whole, that we felt were worthy of fighting the Justice League. And so we're going to randomly pick 7 of them and form our own Legion of Doom. And then we'll pit our Justice Leagues against that Legion of Doom and just kind of discuss and see which team would fare better, which team would win. And we'll just have an open discussion. It'll be like a lot like a superhero chat. So there's no high risk stakes, and there's no mapping out numbers and stuff. We're just kind of have fun talking about superheroes and supervillains. So hope you enjoy it, and we're gonna set it up and we will get started. Woo! So I'm gonna give you a quick survey so you can see all the comics. We've got each hero and villain based off of a cover of a comic. For the most part. There's a couple that are not, and they're inside of a book, and they're really nice. So from the inside.
I forgot the ones that are in the book.
So here we go. All right, I'm gonna give you.
For those, we're using DC's Who's Who, which is a great reference. Work characters. Yeah, there's about 47 issues.
All right, so here's our little table for the villains. Hope you can see that. You can kind of see where all the. Oh, no, sorry, this is longer now. So we've got it all kind of stacked out of order, but we'll do it in order, I think. So, all right, and these are all our heroes. We got just about everybody. I'm gonna post a list on the video so that you can see. Thanks, Josh. That was helpful.
Yeah, been a white for you.
Just a list so that you can see all the heroes. Notice we got the Play for Life comics right there that I'm going to try not to block. Alright, everybody pick a color.
Oh, I didn't want to bring any of that.
You don't pick the color you want.
I figured we had enough representatives.
Alright.
Yeah, I did see a 12 sound something. I can't remember.
Alright, so we're going to roll.
Oh, I got the first appearance.
Everybody will roll, and the highest number goes first.
Roll for initiative.
7. Beat that.
12.
Oh, you already beat that.
19.
19.
13.
Of course.
I don't want to go first.
Alright, so we'll pass it off to Brandon then, if that's okay.
Alright.
Because I feel like it's unfair for me to go first.
This is a cheap shot, but I'm going to take it.
Oh,
luck of the dice.
Batman.
Hey.
Batman. Alright. Get to go
Jim Lee
second.
cover.
Lewis already knows what I'm gonna get. Just gotta find it. Put him down there.
Second row, I think.
Yeah. Boom!
That feeling, yeah.
Wally West. Alright. We can help you if you need. Here, I'll take the die back so that I don't get lost. So we can keep going.
Well, I am the most basic person here, so I might as well be the most basic superhero.
Hey, that's a good choice.
Can't go wrong with
I have to
Superman.
go all the way around. You can do it while he's searching.
Sure.
Who's searching?
You.
I already know where I'm at.
Well, you
What do you
have
want
to
me
find
to-
where they are.
No, I don't need, no.
Nuclear or something?
No.
All right.
With the fourth pick overall,
So there's our fourth choice. Our
I've
first
chosen
choice,
Martian
sorry.
Manhunter. You cannot have a Justice League without Martian Manhunter.
All right.
That's all I'm
That's all I
saying.
need.
Yeah, we have
Brandon's
all of
number
these
two.
here, and I'm the only one that doesn't actually own a comic book.
I'm gonna back up so you
So
can get to the camera.
it's a good thing this is not a win-lose game.
Who am I gonna get next? I don't have a pen. Oh, I do. Do you want a pen?
Power Girl.
Power Girl, good choice. He's got his heavy hitter there.
You want
Nice.
a pen, Brandon?
Sure.
You got that. All right. So my second pick. If you know me, it's an obvious choice. Nightwing. Ooh, my obvious leader.
You know you misspelled that on here, right?
I was in a hurry. We were in a library.
I just love the fact that you called him Nightwing.
Nightwing. Nightwing is not. I'll stay in the camera so you can see.
Is this Red Tornado?
That is Red
That is
Tornado.
Red Tornado.
All right, he's got two cool words for his name.
All
So
right.
that's about the information I'm working with.
Red Tornado.
Hey man, I like the way you're picking. That's good stuff.
So I'm keeping track of who's got what.
You're fine.
You did Barry Allen.
I'm deliberating,
Wally.
so it'll be a moment.
Yeah. Gotta go with the fastest one in the line.
Yeah. Well, he argues that Wally is the most powerful Justice League member as well.
I agree.
No, I said that's what you argue.
Right. I agree with that statement. That I say that, Lewis.
Let's see. Well, I guess since he's still there, I'll take Captain Adam.
Ooh,
Okay, that's a good one.
good choice.
Mega powerful character.
All right.
Right there.
let's see.
I had my eye on him too.
Captain Adam.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
you guys got. Oh, that's Jay Garrett. That's what-
Wally's or Barry's up here if you're interested.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep everything straight.
Josh, I would go for a Flash. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, having a speedster's.
But you also got
We didn't do
Supergirl, and
Mark.
she's lightning fast. So I mean,
And
you
there's Light
have
Ray.
options.
Well, I was thinking about that because I had
So there's
Superman
Light Ray.
was pairing.
Yeah,
Jay Garrett, Light Ray, and then Barry Allen is somewhere.
right up here.
Right
So
there.
it's still my.
It's not your turn yet, but
Yeah.
just so you can kind of see.
You also have Supergirl, which is an option.
But
Or
she's not.
speeds. She's super fast though. I mean, she's not Flash fast, but
She's not
I'll
well.
go Barry Allen.
Barry Allen, that's a good choice.
All right. Don't forget to show the camera. All right.
Oh,
Y'all know who Barry Allen is?
Captain Marvel.
Ooh, all right. I forgot he was even there.
Boom. I was like, please, no, don't pick Captain Marvel.
All right,
so everybody's
so,
got a powerhouse.
That's
all right,
right.
so what?
That's right.
What one were you guys pointing at for
really cool
speedsters?
So
Well, you
right now
had
it's
the
just Light Ray
original Flash.
and Jay Garrett.
Supergirl would be a good one.
So we're going with them in their prime.
Gotcha.
So the most powerful that they've ever been. Same with the villains.
I go with Supergirl.
Except for
since I already
Superman,
have-
we're not going like godlike power. We're just like,
Right, he ain't
He's the most
moving.
powerful.
He ain't moving planets.
right.
Lovely Stanley Archer and WoW cover.
Who'd you get?
Like you said,
Supergirl.
Stanley, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's a really
Stanley.
solid cover.
Yeah.
Stanley Archer.
Yeah.
WoW.
Now,
Supergirl.
since it's this cover, I have her and her cat as a bonus.
Oh man.
Do you know her
I didn't
name?
expect the cat.
Do you know her name?
No one expects the cat. Man.
Streaky the Super Cat.
All right,
Brandon wins. Thank you, sir.
It's your turn. You want Adam Smasher? No, you're saving them for last because you know we won't choose them. I see what you're doing.
I'm trying to
I
see.
know what you're doing.
I'm trying to see if y'all are willing to choose them. Let's see. Where is Vixen?
Vixen is right here.
I'll take Vixen. Add a little flavor
5 green arrows out.
with the ladies.
No, just one. Or two. We've got
Oh,
I need
yeah.
Green Lantern. That's
I got Green
yeah,
Lanterns
we
right
got
up
them all.
here.
We got them
And
all.
we got 2 more here.
Yeah.
Except for Alan Scott. He's the only one we don't have. 'cause
Hal
he's
is over
society.
there, John, Kyle, Guy, and then you have the 2 newer ones
Just
down
there.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got
There's
some.
6 of them all together.
I was gonna say I need to get a Green Lantern, but there's time. There's so many of them.
Yeah,
I can risk another turn to
There's
get who I
plenty.
want. Who did you? Oh, you got Vixen.
Yeah.
Vixen.
All right, so this is the 4th round.
She's on number 51.
And what number is Captain Adam?
Number 20. Number 20.
So there should be not 12 going on. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11.
Number 18. Yeah.
I'm missing one. I didn't put Barry Allen. That's why. I missed that.
Oh.
All right.
All right, Brandon, you're on deck, man.
I don't think anyone's gonna get that. So I'm gonna risk it.
I'm gonna go with time travel.
Oh man, not Booster. Go.
Booster, excellent.
I knew that would get under
Dr.
my
Fate.
skin a little bit too, so.
Dr. Fate.
Had a feeling.
Woo, Dr. Fate, good choice. I forgot he was even in this.
That was what I was counting on.
That's okay, though.
Dr. Fate. If you need any help,
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Josh,
Where's
just
Booster
let us
Gold
know.
on here?
He's
That's
already
what
gone.
I'm
I've been doing the bottom.
Just trying to see who's who on here. So.
Booster Gold is 33. I just call
Oh,
him
Booster. Okay, that's why I couldn't find him.
So if I'm counting right, is this John Stewart?
That is John Stewart. That is
That's a
the
really,
cartoon
he's a powerhouse.
prominent
Worth getting.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Good
He just
job.
had the best
Good
cover that I
choice.
thought.
Well, there you
I
go.
really love that cover. Oh, here's my guy. Boom. All right, so Lewis is number 4. All right, so you got 3 left, guys.
John Stewart.
All right.
3 left. All right, so this is Zatanna. We have room. We can spread these out a little bit. This is gonna be Zatanna.
Yeah, but we're gonna have trouble remembering where they're at.
That's all right. I just moved 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with my level of knowledge, I'm having to go like, okay, I know who that
Oh,
is, so let
let's
me go
see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know. There's so many good ones. So many good ones. Okay, what do
I had a strategy when I came in here.
Boom! I told you. I get in your head.
No. I have too many
Steal
options.
the people that.
I have
from
too
you.
many options.
Oh, you want this one? I'll get it.
That's my problem. I have too many options. Too many options. Let's see, how many do I have? I have 3, right? You
Yeah,
guys
3
have
left.
4? No, I haven't picked
Oh,
my
all right,
4th,
sorry.
so I've got 4 left.
Your 4th choice. That's right.
I'm really tempted to just get Plastic Man for comic relief.
Hey man, you gotta have that comic relief. That's why I got.
That's a good point. I'll take Blue Devil.
That's why I got Wally.
I'll take Blue Devil. I know most folks have no idea who this character is, but he's super funny. And he's a magic user, so never hurts to have a magic user. He's about to come back as a bad guy, from what I understand, in Justice League Dark.
I gotta read the most recent, which I did just get in, so the misshipped from last week. So that's me. I'm gonna do magic user as well.
Raven.
Going Raven, probably one of the more powerful magic users we have out here.
Yes.
Dr.
Other
Fate.
than, other than Fate, I think she probably is.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially when she, like,
But I
flips
call-
the switch and goes Trigon.
Yeah, I call her better than Zatanna. She has more potential, I think.
And
Than
I'm a
Dr.
little
Fate.
more well versed in Raven than I am Dr. Fate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Kyle Rayner, the White
Good choice.
Lantern. Although he's Green Lantern in this
Right.
cover.
And you misspelled his name.
Killing me, Smalls. Thanks, man.
Who'd you get, Dr. Fate?
No, I already had him.
Kyle
I
Rayner.
got Kyle Rayner.
Number 14.
Yeah, I'll stick with my comic relief.
All right. Hey man, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
A plastic man's not to be messed with.
He looks like he's to be messed
He'll beat
with,
you in
actually.
style.
He's pretty tough.
That's just. He looks like he plays bass in a funk band.
Yeah.
Just,
How we looking over there? Good, good.
Let's see. I got 3 left, right?
Yep.
All right. I got to get Nuclon. I like the character. Represent the old school Infinity Inc.
All right.
I like him as
everybody
Adam
gets 2
Smasher,
more.
but I just,
So that's
other than the headband, I'm digging this costume more.
Nuclon down. What number was Nuclon?
Towards the bottom, 43.
Just because we've gone through probably 20 titles and nobody's picked it, I'm gonna take the cheap shot.
Oh, hey man, do it, do it.
Wonder Woman.
Alright. That leaves me to choose Hawk Girl.
Oh, nice choice.
I was going to get one of the
Got a
women.
little magic. Got a little fire.
I was going to get one of the women with a sword, and I'm going to get the other one with a sword.
I was gonna get Donna Troy next.
Wonder Girl.
Ah. Okay.
Troy.
Gotta have a lady with a sword. And shoulder pads.
I wanted Donna Troy. I like her better than Wonder Woman. Oh well. Oh well.
So is that Lewis up next?
Okay,
Yeah,
Donna Troy.
yeah, that's me.
Mark that. All right. So Lewis is on his number 5 or 6, and then we'll have the last run. And then here's my thoughts while y'all are thinking. We can offer a trade if anyone wants to. Otherwise, if we're all satisfied, we'll just go right on to the
Well, we
villain.
had so many choices.
Yeah.
I feel that, like, you know, if we'd have had 5 guys, I feel like
Yeah, right.
trades would have been more pertinent. But with 60 choices and
Yeah.
4 of us.
There's lots
Yeah.
of.
so we're using less than half the board. So I think we all had fairly.
What
good
about
chances
if
to
you
get-
wanted to throw one of yours back
Okay.
and trade for something else
Okay.
on the board?
That sounds like Lewis wants to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
like we
okay
all
with
got
that.
a fair shake to get what we want.
It's my video. I'm okay with that.
That's
I'll allow
what
you
I
one throwback if you must.
I don't have that
But we're
problem.
waiting on Lewis. Number
Yes,
6.
yes.
We're always waiting on Lewis.
That's not true.
That's true.
That's not.
It's usually true.
Sometimes true. I'm trying to think what direction I want to go. So I got
Oh, I'm covering up some of these
2
views.
left.
Got Animal Man.
I don't like Animal Man. He could be potential comic relief because he's a very
That's
good straight
actually-
man character.
Well, I was thinking about getting him because of, but it was between him and Constantine as comic relief.
Yeah. There you go.
Gotta have a strong comic
And to me, Constantine's a slightly stronger character than Animal Man, but I already have a really strong magic user, but
Yeah.
they tend to work together.
So you guys have been talking about magic users. Who's all left that would be?
Zatanna.
She's right here.
Constantine.
Zatanna's right here. Constantine's down by his hand. Maybe
Kinda
about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Is Obsidian considered
No, his is more of a mutant power.
a? Okay.
Well, I have 2 options. So if one of
Give
these
me
2
Obsidian.
losers choose one of them, I'll choose the other.
Nuclon's best friend. You can't go wrong with the buddies, right?
Right.
I noticed nobody's picked up
And
Ted
they're
Cord
both-
despite having picked up Booster.
Yeah.
So I would say, I don't know. I would say closely evenly matched, though. When you read the comic books, they always say Zatanna's stronger than Constantine, but
I would agree.
I'd go with her just because she's a girl
I think
Um,
she's
and
interesting.
she'll,
I think he's got hidden power that he doesn't show.
yeah.
But,
and he plays more on the psychic thing, a little heavier too.
But I would argue Zatanna's more powerful.
Nobody got any new gods.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I've already got my pick.
Well, they certainly offer up, the heavy hitter status, like
Yeah,
Marta
absolutely.
and Orion.
Mr. Miracle,
Look at
less
that
so,
big
but
guy.
you can also get quite a bit of.
Right, but he'd be a good.
Keep focusing
Well, you
on
got
those
that
big
plus
guys.
the strategist
I think they're a good
aspect
choice.
as well.
So who are we with?
You.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I went and
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
it was-
I
Lewis's
missed
move
that.
is so subtle that it almost feels like we're still waiting on
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was
Alright,
my
Animal
bad. I'm gonna
Man.
go Animal Man.
nice.
Alright.
I don't know.
I'm going to
He's
get
kind of a cheesy character.
Starfire. Let's go. I can't believe she waited
Made it this long.
Boom. I'm going to put her right beside Dick Grayson, where
That's
she
right.
belongs.
We could always have a debate while Josh is thinking about Starfire and Dick or Dick and Barbara.
Starfire.
Just because he probably ought to be on the Justice League because he was on the other one.
That was my other choice.
He-
Like if
he
somebody had picked
was-
Starfire, I was getting him.
He was one of the founders, so
I mean,
that's a
you-
good pick.
I mean,
I mean, you've got
it would be a
Superman.
shame if we totally just left him off.
You got Superman, Supergirl, John Stewart.
Oh, this is my last pick. We've got our everybody else.
He's
is
kind of a
out there.
wannabe. He's kind of a
You got a
wannabe.
powerhouse over there.
He's kind of a wannabe Animal Man. So.
Yeah. He's like a 70% animal man.
For the record, he predates Animal Man.
I know. Animal Man's 60.
All right, Lewis. Last pick.
I know, so this is gonna be hard for me because it's a toss-up between two characters that none of y'all even care about, but I care about them, and so
Pick
that's.
one.
We will be hand you.
Tell them to
nice
us so
over
that
here.
we can hear.
Send me Gypsy. Send me Gypsy.
Oh, Gypsy. You're gonna have to point her out.
I know. I'm well aware of
All right,
that.
if y'all will
Oh
spread,
yeah, I didn't do my.
if you will spread your character.
This is Gypsy.
Justice League out.
I'm gonna get
I have very dedicated reasons for picking her.
Aquaman.
So, now you get to see all of our Justice Leagues. I'm gonna show you mine first because it's the best. You might as well start off with the best first, right? All right.
Humility is strong in that one.
That's right. All right, so
No, he's just.
yeah, Top Girl, awesome. We got Kyle Rayner, amazing. We're gonna use him as a White Lantern because I said that it was gonna be at their most powerful. So White Lantern, Dr. Fate, gotta love him, best magic user in the universe. Shazam, or as I call him, Captain Marvel. All right, Starfire and Dick Grayson, the best couple in the universe, and Wally West, the fastest man alive. Can't say enough about all mine. Let's go see Josh.
It's just very strong because I got.
All right.
I know.
Hey man, it's good.
He's got a
Well,
powerhouse
famous
too.
people are usually-
He's got some Superman mixed with Supergirl, so that's pretty sweet. Then he's got Red Tornado, always a solid character. And then he's got a lot of powerhouses here.
Yeah,
What do you
he's-
say about that, John?
Well, I don't know many of these, and so the well-known ones are usually the most powerful ones, from what I've seen.
There you go. So
That's not true.
John
Batman is
Stewart.
not physically powerful.
he's got Plastic
Well,
Man,
more
Donna
successful.
Troy. I was jealous about this pick.
The most successful.
And then Aquaman. Some powerhouses.
The winner's right there.
All right, now the obscure one for Lewis.
Yeah. So mine,
the
Captain
team that
Atom.
we'll never heard of.
Martian Manhunter. The two more obscure. Well, I don't know.
Martian Manhunter's mainstream.
Yeah, but
sort of.
sort of.
I mean,
But
he's
two of the
the
most
one that gets
powerful
killed
heroes.
all the time.
Then we got Vixen. She's awesome. Gypsy. Don't know much about her, but Lewis could probably fill an hour-long video about that.
That's true.
Blue Devil.
I really do.
Same plan there. Atom Smasher.
He's super
Or-
strong, man. He's awesome.
What's it? Nucleon, and then Obsidian. I told him before that he was going to get these three.
Well, I wanted to get these three. Like that's why I included them in the list because I get comedy relief plus magic, buddies,
All right.
best friends.
Now for the comic book store owner. Support Play for Life Comics. Alright. Start off with Wonder Woman and Batman. One of the other greatest relationships in comics. Power Girl, you can't beat that. So he's kind of got his own little trinity going here with Flash.
Ooh.
So nice, strong,
Pretty
regular
basic
Justice League.
Justice League.
So we got Animal Man. We got Raven. Booster Gold. I love his Justice League team. It's not as good as mine, but it's there.
I'll note that mine covers the entire history of the Justice League. You got the original set, the Detroit League, the Justice League Europe International stuff, and the 90s version.
You don't have that New 52 Justice League United Canadian
Alright.
stuff though.
So here's what
That's
I'll
true,
do.
but I don't believe in the new 52.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna slide these closer. Alright, so here's how it's gonna go. We can take turns rolling.
Plus, this picture also has Martian Manhunter.
Alright, so we've got 25. Since I got two 20-sided die, what we'll do is the number 1, since it can be rolled on 2 dice, number 1 is actually going to be number 26. So Bane is 26.
Right.
So if it's 27 or above, it will re-roll.
So what you're going to do once we start pulling the villains is think about who you would pair up to fight
Right.
that particular villain.
Right.
So
And so we'll get to that already. All right, here we go.
I was telling them.
And the
So
audience.
23.
23. Who's
Who's my
23?
bullet?
That is Reverse Flash. Ooh.
Boom.
Sorry. 22. 22. Ra's al Ghul. Sorry.
Ra's al Ghul.
That's my math major there for you. I'm not a math major.
Or as the paper says, Gould. So
Yeah, Google.
Ra's al Ghul.
He's related to Elliot.
Yeah.
He just has him on first name.
All right.
basis.
22. No. It's the same number.
All right.
Well,
Somebody's
Yeah.
got some loaded dice.
This is the second time we're giving that one back.
Ra's al
Here, I'm
Ghul
gonna flip
twice.
this over so we can see the red.
Alright?
All right.
Yep.
Try this again. 8.
8.
That'll be Bizarro.
Bizarro down there.
All right.
Good thing you got a Superman character.
I don't
So
want
we
to
got a Batman, a Superman villain.
All right, I'll do it. 9.
9.
That'll be Deathstroke. Ooh,
Deathstroke.
there's a strong one.
Right there, yeah.
Okay.
So that could be a Green Arrow villain, right?
Anybody pull Oliver
That's
Queen?
over 30.
Say that again.
Anybody get Oliver Queen? He did, didn't
He did, I'm sure.
No, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, you didn't pick Green Arrow?
That's 29.
If I'd known that, I might have gone with him.
29 again. All right. So that's 16.
16.
So Grodd.
Rilla Grodd. Flash
Good thing
villain?
we all got flashes. Except for Josh.
I didn't get a flash.
You didn't get a flash?
I didn't get a flash.
Lewis didn't get a flash.
Yeah, my fast person was Supergirl currently. And Superman. I would say.
That's 31.
Vixen can run as fast as a cheetah, and you guys have seen the video that
20.
DC made that said cheetah
That's
is one of the
Larfree.
fastest.
Laura Freeze. Bottom right. Bottom
right.
right. Alright, so that's 5. We got 2 more.
That's pretty
And
pretty
Vixen, I
well.
didn't think about it before now, but Vixen is very similar
19.
to Animal Man.
Abracadabra. Lewis.
Nice. Bottom middle.
And he didn't even get a flash.
It's because you picked Wally.
Well, of course I picked Wally. I told you I was going to pick
I
Wally.
know. That's okay.
Alright, so that'll be 15. Black Manta. One we didn't have a cover for. Alright, so
Be careful, yeah.
let's do a quick rundown of our Legion of Doom.
Is that all 7? Yep.
Alright. We got Black Manta. Right there, Black Manta. Abracadabra. Laura Freeze. Gorilla Grodd. And then we've got Deathstroke. Bizarro. And Ra's al Ghul. Here's what we'll do. We'll roll again. And
Yeah, so this time we can roll in.
whoever goes first will pit their team against this team. For 17.
17.
Uh-oh.
7.
All right, you guys wrestle. One.
So I go first?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see.
Very scientific, guys.
Alright, so Martian Manhunter versus Bizarro. Because once he beats him, he can come and help whoever I pit against Grodd mentally. Let's see. I'll put Gypsy up against Abracadabra. Because he really can't cause her to disappear but so much, right? Let's see. I'll put Blue Devil versus Black Manta. It'll be a battle of the Tritons. Vixen, I'll play Deathstroke. Let's see.
a little louder.
Do what?
Speak a little louder.
Speak a little louder.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
Speak a little louder, man.
Interesting. Okay. Put him here against Laura Freeze. So that's Captain Atom versus Laura Freeze, Nuklon versus Grodd, and Obsidian versus Roz.
Alright.
I realize now that I'm always going to have at least one loss.
Well, it's a calculated loss,
So Brandon,
right?
you can put yours right up under his.
Okay. I'm gonna go obvious. Flash versus Grodd.
Interesting.
Ooh, very. Be specific.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's the money feud right there.
Power Girl versus Bizarro.
All right, good choice.
Pretty good
Good choice. This will be interesting to see who you pit against here. Because I'm wondering.
So I'm gonna get creative with Ra's al Ghul.
Alright.
We'll go Booster Gold.
Let's
Woo!
go. I would read that book.
That'd be good.
Because Ra's al Ghul is arguably immortal. Booster Gold can travel through time.
Hey, that's
I
not
like
a
that
bad,
reasoning.
not a bad reason.
Go Magic versus Magic. Raven with Abracadabra.
She's gonna kill him.
Well, then she could go help other people.
Right.
We'll go Animal Man and Deathstroke.
Ooh, interesting choice.
Mm.
Wow, you totally picked off the beaten path there. I was thinking.
Well, actually, that's not what I meant.
Yeah,
I
Animal
forgot
Man-
about Black Manta.
Yeah, that's the better.
Batman and Deathstroke. Wonder Woman.
There you go. I was wondering who you're gonna pit Batman against, Deathstroke or Ross. So.
Well,
Alright.
Batman and
You got
Roz,
creative.
That's,
It's good,
that's,
it's good.
that's, you know, that's been beaten to death, so.
Right, Death's Head, right?
Alright,
Or Demon's Head.
so. The obvious. Nightwing against Ross.
Is that obvious? Because I feel like the Deathstroke would be
The
the
reason
more
I
obvious.
did this is because Roz is very clever.
Yes, he is.
And
You're right.
so is Dick Grayson, training under Batman. So I feel like he needs to be the one fighting Roz. I think that just makes sense. Alright, for Bizarro, Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I
yep.
assume Bizarro has a similar weakness to Superman
Uh,
with magic.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, but anyways, he's a
In
powerhouse.
Powerhouse, yeah. It's just.
So next, Hawk Girl versus Deathstroke. Also a
Mm.
master warrior to fight a master warrior. She's probably maybe a little stronger than he is. So
Physically, yeah.
I think she
Right.
could. I mean, she'll have a fight, but I think she can win. All right, Flash versus Grodd. Easy there.
Basics.
White Lantern versus Orange Lantern. Basic. Dr. Fate versus Abra. And then the only risky one I think is Starfire versus Black Manta. The only reason I say that is because he's got water. And so
That's
that'll
why I
be
wanna
difficult
win.
for her, but she's more powerful than he is. So, and she's a warrior too, so
Right.
she should be able to fight out of her elements and be able to beat him. So that's mine.
Alright.
All right, sir.
So the obvious one, the only obvious one I would know would be Superman and Bizarro.
Yeah.
Um,
The cover really helps you with that one.
Well, I mean, everybody went with the same thought pattern.
well, I've actually seen some of that stuff.
There you go. And, I mean,
Let's see.
oh my God, you might as
Oh,
well-
Aquaman and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your.
Yeah. That's an
Basics.
easy one.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've all been going with fast people against Gorilla Grodd, so I'm gonna. That's the fast person you guys kind of chose for me. So,
Well, he is a classic
Super-
Flash
Super
villain,
Rock.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also strong, so part of
Who is
it
this guy
That's-
again?
Laura Freeze,
Laura
he's
Freeze.
an Orange Lantern, so along the
I would
lines of
suggest
Green
Green Lantern.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
John Stewart is really good against Laura Freeze.
All right.
There's been some good conflicts between the two, and John Stewart always comes out.
Well, I think I may have messed myself up here.
I don't think so.
I think you're good.
I think you're good.
I
You just got to be unorthodox in your thinking about who
Yeah.
you would pit against too.
If I were you, I would put Wonder Woman or Wonder Girl against Deathstroke.
Yeah.
See,
She
I was
can take
thinking
him.
Plastic Man personally, but that's just me.
I was thinking Plaz against Roz,
I'll go.
just to
I'll
get
go
really
Flash.
unorthodox.
Wait, what?
Oh, you're doing
Oh, you want
Deathstroke?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going there.
That's where I would put it.
See, I don't even know anything about
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head.
He's an immortal.
Strategist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you can beat the crud out of
He's
him. and
very,
just gonna
very
jump
smart.
in the Lazarus pit.
Yeah, so that's a Legion book that he's starring in, and in like the next issue after that, he locks Mon-El, who's almost like Superman, in a room with like red sun radiation, so becomes weak, and he beats the crap out of him. Like he nearly kills him just in a fist fight.
I would put Wonder Girl against him. That's just me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. She seems a bit more of a strategist along with that. So by default,
So at one point, Red Tornado was the wind elemental, so I guess in that regard, he's something of a magic user. And he was in,
One more shot.
what is the
Keep
name of that book? Primal Force. It was a 90s book that came out after the 0 Hour.
Alright.
And he was one of the characters in that.
So against Roz, we've got Obsidian and Booster Gold, Nightwing, and Wonder Girl. Then against Bizarro, we've got Martian Manhunter, Power Girl,
So are we doing a vote kind of
Captain
thing on this?
Marvel,
I think
and
we're just going to
Superman.
try and argue for it.
Deathstroke, we've got Vixen, Batman, Hawk Girl, and Plastic Man. Against Grodd, we've got
Nuklon.
Nuklon,
Come on,
Barry,
man.
Wally, and Kara. And then against Laura Freeze, we got Captain Atom, Wonder Woman, and then the 2 Green Lanterns, White Lantern, Colin. Then against
You're milking that like it's a cow.
And it's white. He should be a White Lantern. Why'd they take that away? Abra. We've got
Gypsy?
can't really see.
Gypsy?
Gypsy. And we got Raven. And we got Dr. Fate. And Red Tornado. Oh, we got one more. Black Manta has Blue Devil. Animal Man. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Animal Man, Starfire, and Aquaman. So, who will win? Cast your vote in the comments
Yeah.
as to who you think has a better team against this Legion. And we'll let everybody know in this group so that
We're going to argue. And
we're gonna start arguing. All right.
so in our brain cannon, are they all like 7-on-7 or 1-on-1 on 1-on-1?
All right. So let's do this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll go villain by villain and say whose would win the best. Which hero is probably best suited for that villain, and whoever wins 7, we'll try to agree.
Now, when we say best suited, we don't mean, well, it's the obvious matchup. Because it could be the obvious matchup, or it could be where you've overpowered the villain. So, like Dr. Fate versus Abracadabra, it's not really a contest.
Right.
Dr. Fate should easily beat him and then help out elsewhere.
That's
So,
right.
things of that nature.
All right. So there's lots of things to talk about, and that's kind of half the video just talking about.
So my personal argument for Booster Gold versus Ra's al Ghul is he can travel back in time and do a kill baby Hitler kind of thing.
Yeah. But would he really kill anybody? Maybe he could take.
I don't know, because that's what DC's arguing for in their crappy new Heroes in Crisis
Booster would
series.
not
But
kill
if-
anybody. That's the answer.
Well, that would make a very good
Story.
story. I don't know if that would make it happen, but it'd make it for a good episode or movie or something, or a comic. So who's?
I don't know much about Obsidian, so that's. the
He has
only-
shadow casting powers, okay? So he can move in and out of shadows, and he was mega powerful at one point and took on the entire Justice Society by himself.
Huh.
So, if we're doing most powerful,
We are.
Mr. White Lantern.
We are. Okay.
So
My room for Nightwing. Ra's al Ghul is a Batman villain, and Nightwing trained under Batman and has become, I think, if I'm thinking futuristically, maybe not like at the moment, but I think eventually Nightwing becomes a better fighter than Batman with his because of his excellent acrobatics, and so he's not maybe to the level of Batman with his strategy, but he also has a different strategy which works really well for him.
Yeah.
And that he's a lot more flexible and can take whatever Ra's Ross throws at him. But just being trained under Batman, having fought Ra's al Ghul many times before, I feel like he was definitely the best one to put against Ra's, I think, in my team.
Well, I'll just say I don't think Obsidian's going to win this match. I put him there just to kill time until somebody could come along and help. Of the characters listed, I'd actually argue for Wonder Girl because she has the experience as the fighter, and she's trained under Dick Grayson.
Yeah,
So,
I was just going to argue the strategist because it seemed like she has. I mean, on the cover, she's in a battle, you know.
Yeah.
So.
She's got that warrior instinct where she can hang with Ross.
I'm the narrator for the person who's watching this video who doesn't know anything about anything.
There you go. Well, I do agree that Wonder Girl. I'm not sure about the strategist as much, but
Just because she's worked with Dick for so long.
She would have a hard time being captured.
Yeah.
I mean, she could take pretty much the entire forces of
The League of Assassins.
The League of Assassins without too much problem. Dick would have to kind of avoid most of them.
I mean, yeah, she is basically a powerhouse. As good as my choice of Booster Gold that I think.
Yeah.
I do like the strategy of going back into
I like
Booster
the-
has a shield, so he's not going to be killed by a knife. So he'd actually do really well, I think, going against the Ross. The only thing with Booster is he doesn't always think.
He'd be outthought.
He'd be outthought by Ross.
Just one
That
on
would be the
one.
only reason
So I think Donna
hesitate.
Troy is the winner in this round.
Well, you could, with yours, I was just thinking, instead of going back in time and doing the kill baby Hitler, you could send baby Hitler to boarding school type situation.
Yeah,
Change his whole life.
yeah,
Yeah.
do something different.
Yeah, but Roz
But,
is.
but Booster Gold would inevitably mess something up.
And we would love that.
It would be more
And he'd have to get some help to fix it.
Yeah, he's not fixing it on his own. So yeah,
All right, well, let's vote.
I'm thinking Donna Troy.
Is everybody in agreement with Donna Troy for this one?
Yeah, I think that's the.
All right, so Josh gets the first win. Good job, newbie.
This next one's gonna be hard
All right, Bizarro.
because we all have very similar characters. We're kind of splitting hairs.
Yeah.
My person is on the cover with Bizarro.
That's a fair argument. But
Mine has the most powers and can beat him in the most different ways, rather than just stand there and beat it out with him. So that's my argument right there.
against Superman is the fact that he's had to fight Bizarro so many times.
Right, he does have the experience.
But he's never fought
But
Captain Marvel,
Martian
who
Manhunter
would be
fought
so
Superman.
surprising to him.
Yeah, I mostly went with the story. Like, I don't know exactly what their win-loss ratio is there.
Superman usually beats him.
Yeah. But he's had to fight him again and again and again. So is that really beating him? If you just
No.
got to fight the guy again in 4 issues, is that really beating
That's
him?
that's a good point. So whoever put Titans against Deathstroke, you're not gonna win.
I didn't put Titans.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
So with this one, I feel like these two would be questionable against him. Maybe at their most powerful they could, especially if he goes back in time and beats him. But with this one, I don't think there's any that couldn't beat Bizarro. So the question is, who's the best?
Who's the most
Who would be the best one at beating
So basically,
Bizarro?
we're pitting
Who's gonna
against
put Bizarro
himself.
down the
Who's
quickest?
better than Superman at beating?
I mean, arguably Power Girl because she's a match to Superman.
So
I'm arguing Martian Manhunter because he can take him out quickly.
Mm.
He can give him, a blast of telepathy and knock him out.
So what's the backstory with Power Girl? I'm not.
She's
Superman's-
Supergirl from a different reality.
Yeah,
Or-
basically Superman's cousin.
Or a Supergirl clone, depending on which.
Yeah.
Or she's Aquaman's cousin or something.
Weird.
So how
Yeah.
would
That's how they tried to fix
Let
it
us know who you
after.
think would be
She's
the
After
basically got
Crisis.
the same
Bizarro.
Superman power.
Let us
Power
know,
to Superman.
and we will.
She doesn't do the eye beams
we'll
though,
have some more
usually.
arguments.
So how would Martian put him down quickly?
Well, he
Like I
has,
said,
so Martian Manhunter has telepathy, he can go invisible, he can shape change, he's got all the power of Superman, he's got the thinking strategy stuff of Batman, so I just think he's, like, gonna put him down quick. He'll think of a strategy that'll work right off the bat, and he won't be wasting time with
I
that,
do
he'll be
feel
moving
like-
on to help out elsewhere.
I still like Captain Marvel for this, but Martian Manhunter would probably be better than some of them, just because he has more power than just hitting him.
Right.
So Superman, it'd have to be like a fighting match.
A boxing match kind of thing. Yeah.
But Martian Manhunter could stay like intangible until he needs to be, and
Right.
then just let him wear himself out trying to get him, and then
And Bizarro would, because Bizarro is not.
Although if he destroys a building and catches it on fire, Martian Manhunter's gone.
Oh, except you said it is most powerful, and Martian Manhunter at his most powerful only has a psychological weakness toward fire, and he overcame that. What? So he really doesn't have that weakness. So.
I could vote for Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning as well.
I'll go Martian Man.
All right.
Thank you, fellas.
It would be the
Yes.
most entertaining.
Woohoo!
That's right.
It would be the most entertaining because Martian Manhunter would do it in a kind way because he's a gentle
Sorry,
soul at
hold on.
times.
Well,
No, that's okay.
all right,
She's sitting
Deathstroke.
And we are back. Where someone just went and got some water.
I think this is a hands down. Batman.
Hot girl. She's way
Hot
more
girl is
powerful.
hot girl.
She's a
is-
warrior. Like I
This
would
is
say,
true.
any other time I would say Batman, but she's got so much more power than he does. She has the mace and the sword, which could go easily against his weapons. He could probably outsmart her, but she's way more powerful than he is. It'd be like putting one of your power hitters against him. He'd probably hold his own for a little while, but I think she gets a couple hits with a mace and he's out for the count. That's the only reason I would put him over Batman. Batman, I feel like would struggle a lot more.
Well,
Okay.
based on Plastic Man's cover, just his cover and his sunglasses, I think he's got better things to do than all this fighting.
Now, if I were gonna read,
He's got a gig before.
if I had to choose an issue to read, it would be
Plastic
Plastic
Man
Man.
versus
Easily.
Deathstroke.
Because he'd be sitting there like, oh, your swords or guns aren't gonna do anything to me. Like,
Yeah.
just rubber.
It'd
Like,
be
He could
jokes
also, like,
for 30 pages,
yeah.
and it would be amazing.
It would be
DC, Plastic Man versus Deathstroke, make it
But I
happen.
feel like,
And he could just wrap him up. I mean, he
Yeah.
could do the done. Deathstroke has.
but I do
no
feel
power.
like near the end, like Deathstroke would find a way to almost kill Plastic Man before he came back and won.
Roz has beaten Plastic Man,
So,
and by that I mean Batman has beaten Plastic Man in the
But-
Tower of Babel series.
but the main reason that I would choose her is because she's got the ninth metal, magic, sword, and
That
mace.
is a good argument.
And she's so much more powerful.
And I'm actually going to counter that argument. So I'll just say, as far as my own character goes, I like the variety she brings to the table with her power set. I think that could keep him guessing, but in the end, Deathstroke would win. I think Batman takes the cake. Here's why. The wings. Her greatest asset, also her greatest weakness.
This is true.
He would find a way to screw their wings, and she'd be so focused on that that he
the
would...
wings out.
All right, here's my.
But I don't think she can hang with him because her strength primarily resides in the fact that she's with the nth metal.
And how many times has Hawk Girl died?
Yeah,
How many times has Batman died?
Like once, twice.
Once, and he had his back broken the other time. But his back was broken by someone a lot more physically powerful than
Right.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke's a strategist. Like.
Just like Batman, so I think
And
that's
they're
the
both-
most...
Yeah,
I think
national warriors.
Batman would hold his own and would definitely win.
I think
I
Batman
think it would take a
it.
lot more out of him than it would take Hawk Girl.
I agree with that.
Right. It would be a lot easier for
On
her to beat
Hawk
him.
Girl's best day, I think she can handle him pretty well.
That's what we're talking about. The
No,
best day.
no, it's not her best
most
day.
powerful.
That's not the same thing.
It's a similar argument to Martian Manhunter. She would be able to beat him better.
I don't think so. I think because of
she's
the
a little bit-
wings.
a little bit higher. Oh, she
I think
can retract
Deathstroke-
the wings.
No, she can't.
It depends on the kind of, because I've seen them without.
Well, they take the wings off.
Right.
It's a harness.
She doesn't
And,
have to have the
and
wings.
as far as arguing the nth metal, doesn't Batman also have nth metal?
I mean, he could carry
I
it.
would. Well, I
New
mean,
52 continuity?
if-
excuse me. I don't hold the new 52 continuity.
But we've got to for the argument. Batman probably has a little bit of everything. But the question is on the first encounter, is he going to be ready for having? Well, I mean, he probably wouldn't even need an nth metal.
Is he going to be ready for Deathstroke?
Of course he's ready.
Who worked with the Titans, ran by Dick Grayson? Of course he's going to be ready. He plans for all of that.
He doesn't.
Batman can be Superman.
Batman doesn't need. Well, sure. That's sure. Batman doesn't need that metal.
Deathstroke's a nobody.
So we don't.
No,
need
he's
that.
not. No, he's not. He took out the Justice League in that
All
stupid
right. So our votes don't have to be
identity crisis.
unanimous. But
All right,
So
let's do a basic vote.
it's split in between
Not
all three.
sorry.
No. It's split between us
Actually,
three.
it's split between all four. I'd say plastic. No.
That's right.
All right. We'll vote. If you're in favor of Batman, raise your hand. If you're in favor of Hot Girl, raise your hand. If you're in favor of somebody else, raise your hand.
Yeah, I'm going to say undecided.
Undecided.
And just let
I just vote for one, man.
Plastic Man. They win.
Last one. Okay.
I got a point. All right.
All right.
So now what? It's me, him, and
Gorilla
Lewis
Grodd.
are tied currently.
Yeah.
Curly Garage.
So we got two flashes. Natural things. My
This is
arg-
not fair. I'm just going to go ahead and
How's that
tell
not
you.
fair?
Because of what you're about to do.
My argument personally is for Supergirl.
It's Supergirl.
Really? Are you arguing she take him
Well-
down quicker?
I'm arguing, yeah.
All right.
Well, you
quicker-
are the one that
quicker-
basically picked her for me, so.
Quicker is relative to,
I'm not trying to be funny with what I'm saying.
but I mean, Supergirl can snatch up Gorilla Grodd, throw him into the moon, he bounces back, hits the, I mean, she can overpower him.
Well,
This is true.
I'm saying just pure overpower fact.
Okay.
since I'd say Wally and Barry are both more powerful than.
Supergirl,
I'd argue than Supergirl. Not stronger, but more powerful.
she's just as fast as I was.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
No, she's
It's relative.
not. Watch our video.
Yeah,
about
watch
the
our
fastest
video on
DC
the-
villains.
Or heroes, or
Yeah.
characters.
Even
Okay,
Superman doesn't
maybe
make the
she's
top
not.
10.
Maybe she's not as fast.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, because
She
Like
hasn't been on
power-wise.
Earth. Yeah, so power-wise, I think physically she's more powerful
Right.
and can take more physical damage than Flash or
You're
Barry.
right.
I think she could punch a hole in it.
I
So,
agree with
yeah.
or burn a hole with her laser beams.
so yeah, is
Probably
there an
good.
argument to be made that like
But on the same sense.
he needs to be beat with speed for some reason? Like,
No.
He's just a
No,
classic
he's
Flash
just a
villain.
right.
okay.
Right, that's the only reason that
My argument.
I only picked Nuklon because he could physically stand there and punch it out with him for a little while. But he's going down as far as the Grodd's mental powers. So he has telepathy, kind of like Martian Manhunter. So my thinking is Martian Manhunter would beat Bizarro and then come help in this fight, which would free them up to help out elsewhere. So that's how I would strategize. I go with Wally, and here's why. He's beaten him before, and he's got the mentor knowledge. So whatever Barry would use to beat Grodd, he's got that too. The reason I argue against Supergirl is because she's so mentally young. Like, I know she's like a teenager, but she's been in suspended animation for a while. She hasn't soaked up as much yellow sun radiation as Superman, and therefore she's not nearly as powerful as he is, i.e., while I think she could bust a hole right in Grodd with her fist or possibly her laser vision, I think she would try to go toe-to-toe with him fist to fist, and he'd, brain zap her or something.
Right, and that's one thing with that. If he could mind control her before she even touched him, she's in trouble. Like, she's gone.
Right.
There's nothing she can do.
And I think Wally's
But-
the only one
But
fast enough to
Wally
get there.
knows, Wally and Barry both know
Right.
him well enough that as soon as they know it's him, they could grab the technology to stop his brainwave from doing that, or just run fast enough to where he can't keep up with them.
So you're saying it comes down to Barry.
I think it's the Flash.
I think it's
That's
the
reason.
Flashes.
I think you're right in that she's way more powerful.
And I'm arguing this isn't even my character.
I know,
Right, right.
I picked Barry out.
If
so.
it were a fist, if it were only a fist fight, Supergirl would win this
Right.
for sure. But
So-
I think
And Nuklon would come in second. Woo!
with Wally and Barry, especially with Wally, he can run so fast and then punch him that he doesn't even see it coming. And that's why I'm arguing that Wally's actually the most powerful Justice Leaguer.
But would she also like she's Say she's a third as fast. That's
Okay.
still ridiculous.
She's not a third as fast.
A tenth as fast. I mean, that's
it's
still.
Maybe a thousandth as fast.
Well, that's
No,
I
not
think
quite.
that's, I think
Well, he's
that's-
light speed. He can go faster than light speed.
Well, I'm
That's-
saying, but like
that's like
that's
super,
still
super
enough
fast.
to surprise the girl.
I mean, sure, she's fast. She's fast, but
But she wouldn't
But
do
he's not
that.
just a gorilla. Like Gorilla Grodd is
Yeah.
arguably one of the smarter villains
Yeah.
Right.
in the
Right.
DC universe.
and so the real question.
We have some really good strategists up here for our villains.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
3
Just saying.
biggies.
Yeah.
right.
Well, I was just arguing against the surprise
Aspect.
aspect of it because she
So-
would probably be quick enough to surprise. But your point was good with her being like if she ever did, I don't know if she ran up and missed him, and he saw her, she would be the most
He
susceptible.
ain't that fast, but at the same
I
time,
mean, he has fought the Flashes,
right.
so he's used to Barry and Wally.
In the Public Enemy storyline, Batman, Superman, Grodd is controlling a bunch of random villains to fight Superman and Batman. Ultimately, I forget who knocks him out, but one of them takes him out.
But I think that would be the weakness that she's not expecting, because everybody knows the hero's weakness is pedestrians.
Right.
And so Wally and Barry are fast enough to recover from that. So when he
starts
Threat-
chucking humans.
when he starts throwing people or threatening to kill all these people, Wally and Barry are fast enough to save them, and Supergirl might be able to get to them and save them, but I'm not sure she's really prepared to
Think that out.
to do that as fast, because they can just go save them in a flash and then be right back and fight them.
Well,
Just-
that's why I was going.
Flash fact.
That's why I was going against the surprise thing because she's probably fast enough to surprise him, but he could distract her beforehand, and like she's the most since she's supposed to be 16 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So and the only reason I would go with Wally over Barry, which is really the reason why I chose Wally as my first pick, is because Wally's faster than him, but has also had the benefit of learning from Barry,
Right.
and has had his own experience as well. So
I like your line of argumentation, sir. It's the exact one I would have chosen myself.
oh, so all right. So let's vote if there's no other arguments.
So are we all agreed that Nucleon's off the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Supergirl's off the table.
Well,
It's Barry or Wally, I think we've determined.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you're trying to say. Quit talking about taking my characters off the table, man.
So
Lewis went with his favorite characters. Props to him.
I'm going for the characters I want to read about because I got buddy relationships, love relationship kind of things going on. I'm creating my own little Justice League comic book over here.
Yeah.
So all for Flash.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean all for Barry. The
Um,
real Flash.
no,
All right.
I'm gonna go for Wally.
Did you just hear what he said?
What?
He said Barry, the real Flash.
Oh no.
That's salty, man. That's salty.
You probably are okay with heroes
In
in
Christ.
crisis.
We'll talk
It
about that
was.
off camera.
It was.
'cause-
We're just messing with it. All for Wally.
Woo!
All right. I got one. Yeah.
So now we're tied across the board, I believe.
Yep.
All right. For those of you at home, here's the rankings so far. Number 1, you can't really read it, Josh. Number 2, got Lewis.
Woo!
Number 3, Brandon. And number 4, Jonathan. So everybody's got 1 point. So the real question is,
Who's gonna win?
All right. Excuse me. Lar Freeze. Now,
This
Lar,
is a tough one.
Lar Freeze is very powerful, but I don't think anybody in these 4 will really struggle to fight him.
Here's a
and beat
question.
him.
I don't really know completely his powers. I know it has to do with greed. So,
So
Should we look them up?
with Lar
yeah, you
Freeze,
can do it.
it is greed or avarice. But
is it energy absorption? That's what I want to know.
it's the same as the Green Lanterns, except for it's orange, and it's based off of greed.
Oh.
So he's basically an orange lantern.
Well, no, he is an orange lantern.
Right. He does the same things that they do, except for. It's
But
based
does he
off
have
of- it's a
energy
different
siphoning
source.
powers?
It's a different source. I don't think so.
Okay. If he doesn't have energy source siphoning powers, I'm going Captain Atom because he'll just blow him out of the sky.
He is not in this.
He has shielding.
Oh yeah, Lar Freeze is new. Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
He's got
he's
shielding,
within.
though.
So
I mean, he could probably take a blast.
not all of it.
Well,
He's not a character I'm totally familiar
so
Yeah.
with the orange,
This was Jonathan's
the
choice.
difference with the orange as to all the other ones is that there's only one lantern. So he actually has all of the other rings, and so he usually wears more than one ring because he's very greedy. They kill each other off. So
Okay,
when somebody else becomes an orange lantern, they kill each other.
I never bought in that the more rings, the more power.
Well, yeah.
Because Kyle was the only lantern, and he wasn't any more powerful than
Although there's
Hal.
a really cool one with Simon Bias where he puts like several Green Lantern rings on. It's really awesome. I think it just
Well, and then
I
Hal,
think it
when
just
he went
depends on
crazy.
the mental block. Like if you are truly
That's still a really
bought
sick
into
issue.
the idea of the ring, you only need one. But if you're still young, having more rings gives you more willpower than it would give you more strength.
Like a rabbit's foot?
So
It's
I
a
mean, it
token.
wouldn't actually give you more power. It would just make you draw more of your willpower. If that makes sense. So for him, having more fuels his greed because he has lots of them, and it fuels him more. So it's not that the ring itself gives him more power, it's that because he has multiple, it's fulfilling his desire, which gives him more power. So, does that make sense?
Something like that. Still going Captain Atom.
Like I said, I think all of them really could beat him. All of them could. The only reason I'd argue with Mon is because he was a White Lantern.
Right.
Which is, I think, one of the most powerful beings in the universe.
Like Captain Atom,
Like,
who became Monarch in one storyline and was powerful enough to just, murk a whole planet of Supermen.
I mean, but you're avoiding Wonder Woman and
The one argument this is me arguing against my own
John
character again. I don't know why I'm so self-defeating, but you guys all have characters that are more accustomed to space stuff.
Energy
Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
So
let's say that I was talking to Chase, and he was saying that one thing that would make this interesting is if we talked about, like, had some way to change the battlefield, because the battlefield does
on
affect
Earth, I
all
think
this.
Wonder Woman would.
But we're talking like we'll just say at their most powerful, we put them on Earth. Because for Larfreeze, I don't think it matters where he is.
Right. Honestly, and this is just going to be my argument. So originally, Jon Stewart was not a military man. They've
Right.
since retconned that because of the cartoon show.
Right.
So I would argue that he and Captain Atom, because of their military background, have the strategy, and thinking in mind that they could beat him.
Right.
I think Wonder Woman has that too, but because she doesn't have the energy powers, I think he could keep her at bay long enough for somebody else to beat one of your guys and then come and help. That would be my only argument against Wonder Woman. I think she's physically more powerful than him. She's
absolutely.
definitely got the warrior's advantage because, greed makes you lazy sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
If you can do it the shortcut way, then you'll do it
I
the
think
shortcut
she would
way.
outsmart him without any problem.
Yeah, big time.
Right,
Now-
but
I think Jon Stewart is probably the best tactician against him.
I think he
So-
has the advantage of experience, but I think Captain Atom has the power.
Well, I think White Lantern has the power.
Yeah, but White Lantern doesn't have the experience.
Well, I mean, he's battled plenty of other lanterns. Has Captain Atom battled a lot of lanterns? I mean, he did beat the Justice League, but that's beside the point. And Superman, but that's easy
A
because
planet of
he used red
Superman.
radiation. That's easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling your argument because it just seems like the strategy at some power level point doesn't matter. So. But,
So you're agreeing with me? Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
I think the biggest weakness for Kyle is that he's not as militarized as Stewart is.
Right.
So again, like if I had to choose one Green Lantern to fight Larfreeze, it would be Jon Stewart.
Right. So why not get the military man with more power?
He's got the greatest weapon in the universe.
He is the greatest weapon in the
All right.
universe.
Y'all have anything to weigh in there?
Quantum
I don't want
energy.
me and Lewis's
Quantum
argument to take
energy.
up the whole-
And he can jump in.
the whole discussion.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I kind of threw in my 2 cents as far as,
So I've swayed. I've persuaded this one. So.
and that was my against
All right,
my own
well,
pick.
Yeah.
That was
All in
second.
favor of Captain Adam, raise your hand. All
Woohoo!
right. Lewis, up by 1.
Dude, you weren't even gonna argue for Jon Stewart because I thought that was your argument.
Yeah, I was arguing for Kyle.
This one's tough, and I would say this one.
Ever.
Tough.
I think Lewis should give us a little synopsis on Gypsy because this is
Okay, yeah. So
this
she's.
is a very unknown character.
That's right. Okay. So just imagine Invisible Woman's powers mixed with Kitty Pryde's martial arts.
Okay.
I mean, that's sort of the character that I
Who's the first one?
appreciate. Gypsy?
Yeah.
Oh, Invisible Woman's
Okay.
powers. So she has camouflage powers. When her powers were being discovered, there were instances and hints that at her most powerful, she'd literally be able to cover her scent as well, and screw with people's senses, and potentially even do some make it appear like she could shapeshift or something. But I'm just going with she can camouflage herself, hide, and she's got the martial arts skills because she's trained with Bronze Tiger and Shiva and some other folks. So I'm just saying she's got Invisible Woman's powers with Kitty Pryde's martial arts. That would be my argument. I'm not arguing for her to win this.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
no,
know
no.
of the character. I just wanted
Yeah.
to get a little more back.
If I had to choose,
If you want to read about her, I recommend the Justice League Task Force. I picked her because she has, or even the old Detroit League, she has a sort of like a father-daughter relationship with Martian Manhunter, and I just like that dynamic. So again, I'm picking characters I want to read about and the way that they relate to one another. Because she and Vixen were in the Justice League together. She was also with Ray, who was a backup pick of mine if I didn't get Captain Adam. So, I mean, that's why I picked her.
It's my personal opinion. I think it comes down to Dr. Vader.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely, yeah. There's no
I
question.
think Tornado would have a hard time with him.
Well, I'd like to argue for Red Tornado right after one of you guys tell me about how, what he does at all.
He creates tornadoes.
Oh,
It's a robot.
Like he's a robot.
robot that creates tornadoes.
Yeah.
Think-
So he's not going to be fooled necessarily by the illusions that Kadabra creates, because he's a robot.
He
So
was
his
built to fight Kryptonians by the U.S. government, correct?
I don't
I think it
remember
depends on the continuity, but yeah,
Okay.
that's one.
that might be the new 52. I don't know that.
Lewis is a little bitter. Of the
I'm pretty
52.
sure-
I don't care for it much either, but
I'd have to look it up, but I want to say Tio Morrow created him to fight the Justice League,
Okay.
and
And the Supergirl
he does a great
television
job
show,
leading in Justice.
Oh.
She is built by the U.S. government to fight Krypton.
interesting. Okay,
In the Supergirl television show, that's kind of his thing.
neat. I hadn't watched the show. But everything I hear about it makes it sound like it's a great show. So
I don't think he would. I think he'd be able to beat Abracadabra, but I'm not sure that he would
do it quickly.
do it very quickly. Raven and Fate would easily beat
Yeah.
him and then be done with
Yeah.
it.
That sounds like there would
I'd
be
be
a little
s-
bit of collateral damage with him also.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Right, because he so like Hawk Girl dies all the time. Red Tornado gets smashed all the time.
The only reason I would, and I know, the only reason I would argue for mine, which is Dr. Fate, is because Dr. Fate is so powerful. He's a Lord of Order. Probably, I would argue, the most powerful
DC
DC
magic user.
magic user. I think Raven maybe in the future when she's older and has used her power and learned to balance the fight
Some
inside.
of that second run Wolfman stuff with her bringing out Trigon.
Yeah, so I'd be scared what she would do to him.
I think
Like-
she has in the future when she's kind of settled the battle inside of her. I think she could be more powerful than him.
Yeah.
But as all we've seen in the comics so far, I still think she's a little young to be able to beat Dr. Fate. So that's why I'd argue for Dr. Fate.
No, I argue Dr. Fate as well, precisely because Raven
love
can't
Raven.
always control the demons within.
That's true.
And so she could end up being the thing that kills everybody else as she's trying to take
Which
him
is
down.
basically what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing story. Go
It's a
read
fear
that.
that she's always had in every comic she's in when she's fighting, which is why I love the old
Like,
Raven
I would
as opposed to
accidentally
the
do
new
that
Raven.
and not be afraid.
Right.
Just
The old-
create a bunch of tornadoes and kill everybody.
I hate that the new Raven isn't as much a pacifist because the old Raven was very
Oh, right. That's how she was raised
unwilling to hurt people.
on
And I
Azeroth.
love that. But now, without like any reason, they've switched that to she's okay with fighting people, and I'm like, I would have liked to have seen at least a bridge between the two. But anyway, so Dr. Fate is what I would say. Any other thoughts on that before we vote? All right. So all in favor of Dr. Fate? All in favor of Raven? Okay. Let's go.
All right.
All right, one more. I don't know what we do with the tiebreaker.
I was just thinking.
We don't have to.
I have an idea.
Okay, well, let's do this
Yeah,
first.
let's
and
get
we'll-
through this. and see.
All right, Manta.
So- Technology-based powers, right? He's got the suit that allows him to breathe underwater. He's not like Aquaman. He has to have the rebreather mask. He has the electrical bolts and junk from his suit, but otherwise he's just a dude in a suit.
Isn't he a little bit stronger because he's Atlantean?
He's not
It's
Atlantean.
He's not Atlantean?
No. His son.
Nice from Alabama.
He's from the
No,
Sweet
never
Home.
mind. It's the other guy. I
Instead
forget
of
his name.
Atlanta.
Caldoro.
Anyway.
Okay, I thought it was Atlantean.
No, you're thinking Ocean Master.
I'm not thinking Ocean Master.
Yes, you are.
I don't know Ocean Master.
It's Aquaman's brother, man. What in the
Okay.
world?
Okay, so you could have just said that. I would argue for either Animal Man or Aquaman, but I'm leaning toward Aquaman. Just because the problem
I'd argue Blue Devil because he's a guy in a suit too. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
potential span.
I would argue Animal Man, because I don't think Aquaman would have much of a fighting chance on land. So if we looked at the two different battlefields kind of thing, I think Animal Man could take him underwater or on land.
Good argument.
You got a little more of versatility there.
I'm not so sure about that, only because Aquaman has been like everywhere
This is true.
and not really had too much problem.
Right, because we are doing his best day, or his most powerful, not when it was in the '60s and he could only stay on land for 1 hour before he'd die.
Can Animal Man go underwater?
Yeah, he can
Yes.
assume the powers
Okay.
of any
Pretty
animal.
much any animal.
Right.
I believe there's even
I was gonna
in
say.
there where he's underwater. I mean, he can be an earth. He can be an earthworm. So,
Yeah.
and he actually does some pretty cool stuff with that.
So is that the new book or is that
No, this
reprints
is
of
Grant
the?
Morrison's,
Yeah, right. All right. 80s and
stuff.
90s stuff. Yeah.
So he's got the
Very meta.
versatility. Would the power match with Aquaman?
Not exactly.
I don't know that he's quite as powerful as Aquaman.
Right.
I'll admit
Physically
that.
powerful Aquaman.
Definitely.
I mean, if he could take on the powers of a rhino in the water, maybe,
He
but
could pull off something like a blue whale,
right. Or a great white,
Yeah.
hammerhead, that kind of thing.
orca, something like that. So,
That's a tough one.
I want to go Aquaman just because he has the experience. He'll take him down quickly.
he does, but he's fought him so many times. Too.
Right.
Like,
I think Animal Man would give the more interesting
yeah. I
matchup.
agree with that.
Yeah, if we do this again next time, we may have to go like, what would be the coolest fight?
So we're going Aquaman with that.
Is that where everybody is?
I would be Aquaman.
I think it's.
All in favor for Aquaman? All right.
So what do we? Basically, I would take out all my stuff. You guys would have to pit every one of your heroes with a different villain.
Yeah, we would just redraw and then re-put.
Keep the same heroes. Switch where you put them.
Oh, okay.
We could just do a random draw out of the
We
remaining
could.
villains.
That's not a bad
Here's what we
idea.
can do.
You could pick a villain out of
could-
that,
This is true. I can pick a villain.
and then you, without telling us who it is, we then pick our one character we want to fight that villain,
There you
I
go.
like
sight unseen, and then argue for why that one.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah, that works.
It's not all about you.
Who's the most OP? Plastic Man for sure.
Oh man, I don't know if we can fight him.
Plastic Man?
This is yours, right?
Yeah.
And that one.
Yes.
This one's mine, right?
Yes.
Remember we got that thing after.
Yeah. No, we're good.
All right. I'm gonna take these
Who's
up.
got a coin?
Oh, we got
Got
this.
one.
We can roll. See. Oh, what are you doing?
You'll see. You guys got your guys picked?
Do we see the villain first, or we just?
Nope.
We have to pick without
Silent.
knowing.
Sorry, I was cleaning. I wasn't even looking. I have it down to two.
Me too. I'm picking my dude. I'm standing by my
gonna
man.
do it.
Like I'm Loretta
I'm gonna
Lynn.
do an unorthodox one.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. All the
Don't-
marbles.
Don't be an energy user. Don't be an energy user.
So, heads, Black Adam. Tails, Darkseid.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Black Hat.
Black Adam.
Let's go!
Okay. So what is his deal?
He's like Captain Marvel.
You can still vote. The reason I think all of these could really be I think Dr. Fate's magic. Okay, let's just each argue for our own character.
Okay, go first.
The Dr. Fate is the greatest magician in the DC universe, and a lot of his powers are magic, and so I think that Doctor Strange, without a lot of
Dr.
problems.
Fate, you mean?
Sorry.
Or Amalgam
It's- it's
Comics.
Oh, I guess we
Okay.
gotta sit down.
It's
Or
no longer-
Amalgam Comics is Doctor Strange.
Fate, that's right.
We were in war mode. I think Dr. Fate, got it right this time, could defeat him without too much trouble because of that. Magic on magic. His magic is much more powerful than Black Adam's, and I don't think Black Adam would really even get a chance to fight him because he could just easily, send him away somewhere in a dark dimension without any problems. So that's my argument. The magic of Doctor Strange would easily take on Black Adam.
Well, I was just going. I picked John Stewart overall just because I think he was. I didn't know much about Wonder Girl, about her strategy.
You picked the right one.
So, as far as him as strategy goes, he'd be the strongest strategist I think I had.
He's an amazing strategist. He's been the leader of the Green Lantern Corps.
And so, I think with him drawing on that and on the Green Lantern power, which you said was supposed to be the most powerful thing in the universe, yeah, that would be, those are the two things the strategy and
Oh my goodness.
and the power source.
I just realized what I did.
I know what you did.
He was hiding behind one of the other comics.
Well, you didn't know who the bad guy was.
Well,
That's true.
if
but
I had
he-
seen him, I would have put him because he's basically my Superman. But that's all right. Dr. Fate can hold his own.
You can.
He's
So does everybody argue? Would everybody?
I haven't made my argument yet.
Okay.
Okay.
But,
Do yours real quick, and then. Sorry, what were you saying?
well, what I was gonna say is if everybody votes for their own character, I know who I would choose at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give your argument.
Okay, so I'm going to argue for mine and against y'all's. So he's got power, right?
Just
That's
argue for
unquestionable.
yours, and we'll argue against the others real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
Be positive.
So he's got the physical power to stand and go toe to toe with him. He's also got the mental powers and the other powers like shape changing and things like that, where he could like throw Black Adam off his game. So like if he came at Black Adam dressed like Isis, you know, his former wife, he could trick him, take him off his game, and take him out. And he didn't have to fight him. He just, you know, mentally gets him to say, you know, his name, and then his powers are gone. Otherwise, I think he could hold his own against him, physically, like, but my argument is as much my guy can beat him as your guys can't. So I'll get to that in a moment. So,
All right.
since you said that's what we're
So
doing.
anybody can argue against the others now.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. His powers are magic based,
Yeah.
so he's resistant to magic.
Yes.
Physically, he's powerful enough to take whatever this guy can dish out until he runs out of energy.
Right. I do feel like Hal Jordan is going to be.
John
John Stewart is going to have a hard time, but he could still win without.
It just would take him.
It might
To
take
his
him a little bit
max.
longer. That's the only reason I wouldn't
So
vote for John. John would beat him. Probably was one of the best choices for Josh to choose because he's used to battles in space. If that comes down to that, he's used to powerhouse battles with very strong enemies, and so that John's a good pick for that. The only reason I wouldn't is because Black Adam is a very powerful being and can hold up to all of that.
Right.
The reason I argue for him is because he doesn't even have to fight with the physical. He can use all of the magic, and his spells are so powerful, I think, that even Black Adam wouldn't be ready for him. He might
but
be,
he's got the speed he could get away from.
he might be a little more resistant to the magic than the normal villain, but Dr. Fate's a very clever person, and I feel like he would be able to. He's really we're persuading you because you're the one that's going to vote for,
I
for the
know.
tiebreaker.
I know who I picked.
Well,
And the only reason I'd say not Martian Manhunter is because Martian Manhunter would probably eventually have to go to blows with him, and I mean he could take him without problem, but I feel like it would probably take a little bit longer for them. I mean,
honestly, I'm
think the
not
combination
going to
of
pick my own
assaults.
guy just because of the power issue. I picked him hoping that there would be a chance where there wouldn't be an extremely crazily powerful person.
Yeah, but he was picking, so you kind of had to know that was the direction he was going.
I vote Martian Manhunter.
okay.
Yeah.
Who you voting for?
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
All right, guys, my ride's waiting on me.
Thanks for coming.
Brandon, thank you for participating, brother.
Thanks for watching,
Man,
guys.
nice to meet you, Josh.
So what'd you think of that? There we go. There's our draft. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. There were fist fights. There were tears. There was action and adventure. We enjoyed talking about them, and
Bring that over here.
we all had a great time, I think, and we all enjoyed bickering and arguing with whose people were better. So y'all have any last words? You can hop on in here.
The champion!
Crown Lewis as champion. Great job.
Play for
Make
life.
sure to support Play for Life Comics. You're gonna wait for us. We had the Comic Con this Saturday. Had a great. If you haven't seen those videos, they will be linked into this. At least
At
one of
some
them.
point, we'll probably do an interview with Brandon to see how everything turned out on his end.
There you go. So
Should.
thanks for watching. If you made it this far, we love it. Thanks. Like, subscribe, whatever.
Like
Thanks
us on
for
Facebook,
supporting the
like
channel.
Play for Life on
And
Facebook.
if you love this, let us know in the comments. If you had any questions, let us know who you thought would win, which heroes were better, in your opinion, who had the best Justice League.
I think it was determined that I did.
And we've got some plans for another one, so we'll let you know as that comes.
We may be traveling universes, though.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Woo!
Peace.
So yeah, you've got a Flash,
Yeah, I think he's best suited for the Flash.
but you also have Supergirl.
Flash.
So
So yeah, he's
Arrive I have. Deal me in, you must, yes, yes. Destroy you, shall I, yes?